You know, when COVID happened, I said this on the grade 2 interview. Like when it first happened, we all go into lockdown. I'm like, this is great. I have like a week off. Nobody's expecting anything. And then by like week 6, week 7, it's like, what? I mean, you can only paint so many walls, you know, and you can only walk around your living room, and Netflix has told you you've watched everything. How was that for you guys as a band? Because you know, your album had just came out in 2019. And were you guys getting ready to tour? Was stuff starting to happen? And then, you know, we shut down. Like, how was that for you guys?
We were getting ready to like really tour that year.
That was gonna be like the beginning of us actually touring.
The weekend, like March 16th.
The COVID happened.
Yeah, when like everything was like officially shut down. We were supposed to be in Canada. For
like our first
a weekend in Canada.
Yeah, and then we're going to do another weekend. It was like, because we'd never really toured much, because we'd only been like a year old of a band, and then it was like 2020 is our year, and we had all this shit booked, and then, you know.
Yeah, we were supposed to go to Japan that year too.
Oh wow.
But that all kind of you know, then everything got shut down. But then we just like, because of that, we're like, okay, shit, let's write a new record. And that's when we literally wrote all of Nice One, our second record, wrote, arranged, recorded it in like 6 months. Like we went it was done tracking by the end of 2020. We had none of that written. Like we were just like, ah shit, and we just started like doing demos and stuff remotely. I mean, it definitely helps that like me and Britt are married and live together. So like we just took advantage of that. Like we started just making, because like when we write songs, Britt and I write the skeletons of the song, and then we send it to Ben and Chris, our drummer and bass player, and then we all just get together and make them CatBite songs. And we just kind of did that mostly remotely until we were able to kind of like then it's like the four of us were our bubble, and you know it was just like that's like all we would just see each other, and just like every week just like get together and like get a song together, and then went in the studio and boom.
Is everybody I'm sorry, go ahead. Go ahead, Britt.
I was just gonna say we had our tickets purchased to go to California.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because we had the Japan tour,
right?
And we already bought our we already bought our tickets to go to LA,
right?
Because we're gonna go Philly to LA and then to Japan,
right.
And so we're like, well, we already have these tickets to LA, and there's this producer that we want to work with in LA. Let's just fucking write a record, go to LA, lock ourselves in an Airbnb and the studio.
The smallest Airbnb alive.
Yeah.
The pictures were wrong.
Yeah. They're like, this place is huge. Because like, we were literally like, you know, we were not taking any risks. We're like, flying there was terrifying because it was like November 2020.
Yeah.
And we get there and our Airbnb is like it was like a living room and a kitchen.
Yeah, it was a studio, but they called it a 1-bedroom, and just like the way that the pictures were taken really looked like there was an extra bedroom, but it was.
No, it was just like they rearranged the furniture to take another picture. So yeah, like we spent.
I mean, yeah.
It was. I mean, yeah, it worked great. Like we just basically locked ourselves in the studio for 10 days and came home. And...
It sucks. I mean, the year was like awful in general, but there were some good things that happened out of it.
We were not at all like planning on writing a record that year at all. We were ready to tour, and because of that we got our very cool record that we like a lot. Nice one.